Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttamaśloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Govindaya Namo Namaha. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter number 3, entitled Liberation from Illusory Energy. Verse number 29. Evam Krishnatma Natheshu Manusyeshu Cha Saurudham Paricharyam Chobhayatra Mahatsu Nrushu Sadhushu Evam Krishnatmanatheshu Manusyeshu cha saurudham Paricharyam cha ubhayatra Mahatsu nrushu sadhushu Evam Krishnatmanatheshu Manusyeshu cha saurudham Paricharyam cha ubhayatra Mahatsu nrushu sadhushu. Krishnatmanatheshu sadhushu Evam Krishnatmanatheshu Manusyeshu cha saurudham Paricharyam cha ubhayatra Manushurudu sadhushu Evam Krishnatmanatheshu Manusyeshu cha saurudham Paricharyam chobhayatra Mahatsu nrushu sadhushu. Ladies. Evam Krishnatmanatheshu Manusyeshu cha saurudham Paraya chobhayatra Mahatsu nrushu sadhushu. Evam, thus, Krishna Atma Natheshu, for those who take Lord Krishna as the Lord of their soul. Manusyeshu, humans, cha, and Saurudham, friendship, Paricharyam, service, Cha, and Ubhayatra, rendered to both moving and non-moving creatures, or the Lord and his devotees. Mahatsu, especially to the pure devotees of the Lord. Nrushu, to human beings. Sadhushu, those who are fixed in saintly behavior. Translation: one who desires his ultimate self-interest should cultivate friendship with those persons who have accepted Krishna as the Lord of their life. One should further develop an attitude of service towards all living beings. One should especially try to help those in the human form of life, and among those, especially those who accept the principles of religious behavior. Among religious persons, one should especially render service to the pure devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. According to purport, according to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the highest duty for devotees of the Supreme Lord is to establish friendship with those who have completely surrendered to Krishna and who have thus achieved Sharanagati, the shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. One should render service to both the Lord and his devotees, since the Lord is more pleased by sincere service rendered to his pure devotees. One should not only officially offer respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his devotees and his wonderful worshipful paraphernalia. One should not only officially offer respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his devotees and his worshipful paraphernalia, but should actually render service to the representatives of the Lord, who are known as Mahabhagavatas. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are on the 11th canto, and the background is Prabuddha, the one of the Navayogendras, one of the sons of Rishabdev, who became mendicants. 9 of them became mendicants. So now Prabuddha Yogendra is speaking, and the most wonderful feature is that King Nimi is asking one question, and the next Navayogendra, one of the Navayogendras is answering. Then the next question is asked, and another one is answering. So when I was reading the whole chapter and previous chapter, it was noted that such a beautiful understanding was there. What to speak and how to speak and when to speak. And you won't find any repetition of what the person is saying previously. Like we see here when many devotees sit on this dais sometimes, many together. And each of them give Krishna conscious pearls of wisdom. But they are like so unique and specific and different than others. So basically, all the Yogendras, they have the realization of pure bhakti in their heart, in essence. But still, as bhakti is so unlimited and so variegated, so although you speak everything, still you have something to say. You spoke everything, all essential aspects, but still the next person has something to speak, which is also unique, pertaining to the subject matter of Shuddha Bhakti. Another point to note is that this discussion is referred by Narad Muni at the time when Vasudev is about to perform yajna at Kurukshetra. After the Leela is about to get over there, a lot of sages have come together, and Vasudev, as a very humble devotee of the Lord, he is saying to Narad Muni that, I was in Maya actually, and because of my Maya, me being in Maya, I asked the Lord the boon that you should become my son. Instead of asking service in the spiritual abode, I asked something of this world to get more entangled in family affairs over here. But now I have realized that I was in Maya actually. Now I want to ask you how to render service to Lord Krishna in Golok Vrindavan in the purified state, free from Maya. This is very, very unique. How the devotees think, how the Vaishnavas think, one cannot predict. A pure devotee like Vasudev, who has the privilege, the Lord takes the privilege to take birth as his son. Such a unique situation, such tremendous tribulations he has undergone, his wife has undergone. It was not fun to have Krishna as son. Okay, one time pregnancy and Krishna came and was so happy, joyful. So much pain was there, which they took the pain to benefit all of us actually. And still, the humility is such that even after you have Krishna as your son, Supreme Personality of Godhead, still they have that humility to think that I am in Maya actually. I need guidance. And Narad Muni should fall at his feet millions of times, because Krishna has chosen to become his son, to go in his lap. But Narad Muni, being a great sage, Vasudev being a grahastha, is submitting himself to Narad Muni. Please, you are a devotee of the Lord, please guide me. And then you see Narad Muni's humility. Narad Muni could have instructed him, yes, as you have submitted yourself to me, my duty is to guide you, instruct you, here are the instructions for you. Now he is saying, I have one reference for you. When King Nimi met the Navayogendras, what transpired between them is worthy to tell you. So he is also offering the Shreya to Navayogendras, what they spoke to King Nimi. So actually, it is a unknown, undeclared competition of humility between the great sages. One is more humbler than the other. Another is still further humbler than the other. And the previous one is referring to the one person again, he is more humbler than the other. That is the sign of one who has submitted his life completely, kaya, vacha, mane, to the service of Krishna and his devotees. Then only the true humility comes. If in our service, which we are rendering apparently very big, very important, if it is done with some subtle ulterior motivation, then that motivation gives pride, not humility. And when it done completely to please Guru and devotees, then that leads humility. And we may have great capacities given by the Lord, by the mercy of the Lord or our previous karmas. We may get lots of capacities, intellectual, physical, mental, emotional, social, so many capacities we will get. But if along with the usage of these capacities to serve Krishna, if we don't have freedom from ulterior motivation, then we develop pride in spite of doing big service, and then the pride one day will smash us. And with all these great capacities, abilities we have, we are free from ulterior motivation. We simply have one focused goal, that I want to serve the Lord and please the Lord and his devotees. Then it yields humility. And humility and pride are exactly opposite things. Imagine, you are doing the same service. One is yielding pride, another is yielding humility. Exactly two polar things are being achieved. So all that is most important in bhakti is our consciousness, is how we think and how we approach, what is our attitude, what is our mood, what is there in the inner core of our heart while doing greatest service to Guru and Krishna. That is what actually matters, and that actually no one knows except oneself. And sometimes by the power of Maya, we don't know what we are up to. And then who comes to help? Is devotees. If we are, even we may have pride, or we may have anarthas, we may have unknown ulterior motivations due to our previous conditioning. It's possible. And we may not even be able to recognize, like the patient may not be able to recognize the disease, the doctor diagnosis. Patient may not believe what doctor diagnosis, but still finally he believes because he has faith in the doctor. Similarly, we may not have the understanding of what kind of things are inside and what we are doing and how does it sound and look. But when we have that approach to devotees sincerely, then by the mercy of the Lord, the devotees will tell us, be careful from this. You will land up in mess. And we take that seriously, then we can save ourselves. The same point is mentioned in this verse today also. That the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, His Divine Grace, is saying the highest duty for devotees is to make friendship with devotees. To friendship with people who have taken Krishna as the ultimate goal in their life. Friendship with people who have offered themselves completely at the feet of the Lord. Accepted Lord as the ultimate goal of their life. Such people should be made friends with. And amongst so many of those, everybody may not be matching with our wavelength. It's also possible. But Lord's arrangement, merciful arrangement is such that you will find some amongst hundreds that you can match with. Basically, we have to have desire that I need devotees. That conviction, when it comes, like when you have jaggery in the pocket, then only ants will come. Then only the ants will come. So we have to have desire first. I want devotees as my friends. My Saurudas should be devotees. And then you go and you find, oh, I don't like him, I don't get along with him, he doesn't accept with me, I argue with him, I have difference of opinion with him. But still, you will find some. Because that is Lord's arrangement for us. If the Lord says that you need devotees for your purification, and Lord does not provide suitable devotees for you to submit yourself to, then it's like a dichotomy, virodhabhas. It's like a frustrating situation which you are told to do. You are told to something which is you are not supposed to do and cannot do. No, you are told to do what you can do. You are told to do what is already provided to you. To do that, the situation is already provided to you. Like we say, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnene sevaya. You have to accept a guru, and then you don't have a guru in this world for you. It's not like that. Whenever a devotee or whenever a human being is born, a guru is already there in the world for him. The moment he develops desire, then the guru is available, approachable, and he meets, and the arrangement is done. So Lord has that responsibility that when you desire, the Lord by default, by rule, He will provide you what you desire. If you desire Him, then He will provide you all the arrangements what you need. So desire starts and the provision comes. That's why what's important is what is in our consciousness. What are we up to? What are we looking for? Even maybe we come in temple and we look for control. We look for adhipatya. We look for central position, key position. So actually we are in the material world only. We are not in temple. We are not in Vaikuntha. Outside also we have same attitude. Inside also we have same attitude. We may carry some anarthas, but our approach is not sincere. Then that you will yield everything what is I read yesterday, 2 days back. When you think of the material world, you attain material world. When you dwell in the thoughts of material world only is achieved by us. When you dwell in thoughts of Krishna is achieved. When you dwell in thoughts of bhakti is achieved. Where we are dwelling, what is our thought processes leading us to, that is what is our destiny. And that only we choose, nobody else chooses for us. Our consciousness, our desire, our activities choose that destiny. So we need to primarily desire that I need devotees. And it's not just because, oh, somebody told us, I need this. I need a family, I need children. It's not like that. That is what is essential for the ultimate welfare of the soul. That is why it is required. There are umpteen number of reasons why devotees are important. Sri Krishna, further it is mentioned over here that we have to make friendship with them, especially find those who have surrendered themselves completely and taken full shelter of the Lord. Their life is at the feet of the Lord. They have no other motivation. They have high degrees and high qualifications, but they are humble like blade of grass. Sunichatva. They have that understanding that I am in front of devotees of the Lord, I am nothing. I may have so many highly powerful qualifications which makes me superior to others in external sense, but in front of the Lord it is insignificant. It's a borrowed wealth. It is somebody else's property given to me for some time, as long as this body is existing. But ultimately, it is not mine, it is not going to be carried with me to the next life. Next life, my IQ may be 40. It's possible. So that understanding when devotees have, then the life with the devotees in the ashram, life with the devotees in the congregation, it becomes meaningful. Then it has some substance, because it's based on the true factual understanding of ourselves, not illusory understanding of ourselves. And that is why, if we have this understanding that I need devotees as my friends, then we have greatest wealth. We must have read mass of scriptures, we must have done mass of services, we must have spent number of years in bhakti, we must have done service in big positions of authority and control. All that may not yield anything that will attract Krishna. But if we have that humble approach to fellow devotees, that will attract Krishna. Apparently it is insignificant. Why you need others? Your pride will tell you, why I need others? I have my own knowledge, I have scriptural understanding, I have got intelligence, I can do so many things, I don't need devotees. And that may make us become a famous lecturer, famous speaker, and famous impressive crowd puller. But it doesn't mean anything to Krishna. It's all external, it's all temporary. But what attracts Krishna is that dependence on devotees. Because the fact is, even Sri Krishna depends on his devotees. He wants to depend on devotees. He is not actually technically dependent on devotees. Devotees are dependent on him. But he wants to himself submit to his devotees and appear to be puppet in the hands of devotees. So much is his love for his devotees. Otherwise, why would he become a charioteer of Arjuna? What is the need? He can send some able charioteer. He can call Matali, come from Indraloka and become his charioteer. He has authority. He can call anybody, the biggest celestial charioteers. My devotee is fighting a war of Mahabharat, go and assist him. No, the love and the affection and the bondage is such that I will not call Matali, I will go myself and I will become. And I will take his kicks as his indication for directions in the middle of the crowd and noise of the war. Why would he do that? If he is proving by his action what he has said in his Upadeshas to so many people. But I don't only speak, I practice. Same thing, the greatest of sadhus and munis and yogis and tapasvis and mayavadis and brahmavadis are doing tapasya to catch up with one ray coming from one tonal of Krishna. And he's not available. Durgamya is not available. But then it is said that the gopis of Vrindavan, they tie him in their hair plait. And there are some poetry like that. They tie him in their hair plaiting and they make him dance accordingly. And then they say, you want butter? Then I will give butter to you. And then they will give little butter and they will make him dance. After that he takes the butter and he wants more butter, so you dance more. Then they will dance more again. Then they dance in different way. Then they dance in different way. What does that mean? Does he need that butter? No, he doesn't need that butter. But he says that I have given up all the pleasures and wealth and opulences of Vaikuntha to come down and steal the butter and buttermilk of the gopis. Again, He is not looking after that fat in the butter. He is looking after that love from the hearts of gopis. The butter is connected with the gopis who love him. That is why he is attached to that butter, and he doesn't mind even being called as a thief, get blasphemed as bad words, but still he doesn't care. He is attached to that. So much he loves his devotees. And there are unlimited stories, Like the one devotee is sleeping in the cave, Muchukunda, and yugas have passed, but he has not forgotten him. And he goes all the way by calling himself Ranchod, calling himself a coward. Getting called by enemy as a coward and still going. His one devotee is calling from in Vidarbha, please, if you don't come now, my life is finished. I will commit suicide. And he's going there. So much of dependence and love and affection and attachment, bondage, the Lord himself has. And that is why we need to be attached to his devotees. Now I will like to quote one verse which Sri Krishna himself is saying in 10th canto, 86th chapter, where he says that Devaha, it is 86th chapter and 52nd verse. Devaha kshetrani tirthani darshana sparshana archanai shanai punanti kalena tadapi arhattam ekshaya. Translation is like this. One gradually becomes purified by seeing, touching and worshipping temple deities, seeing, touching and worshipping places of pilgrimage, seeing, touching and worshipping holy rivers. But one can attain all this and the same result immediately, not Shanai, simply by receiving the glance of exalted devotee of the Lord. Now this statement only Krishna can say. Any sage cannot say this. It's like who can belittle the importance of worshipping deity of the Lord? Only Lord can say, yes, worshipping my deity, touching me, dressing me also will purify you slowly. Only the Lord can say. A devotee cannot say this. The Lord is telling, what is the prasanga here? The Lord is telling Shrutadev when he is visiting Mithila, and he is accompanied by many sages. The Lord also is very wonderful person, never goes alone. He always carries his devotees with him. He is always surrounded by his devotees. He is telling Shrutadev, while Shrutadev is very keen to worship and serve the Lord and to please him. And the Lord is telling him, see, people who have come with me, they are very important. You may worship my deity, you may dress me, you may do shringar, you may respect me. Or the holy places which are created by my order and my desire, they have the power of purification. You may go there, take bath in the river. So Tirthani and Kshetrani. Kshetrani means dham and Tirthani means rivers. They do not purify you. Lord has, Bhagavan ne fail kar diya sab kuch. Only he can do it. But he says all these things what you desire to achieve by deity worship, by taking bath in the holiest river, by visiting a holy dham which is my expansion of my body, will also still purify you slowly. But when you meet a devotee of the Lord, just by you looking at him and he looking at you, ekshaya, arhattam ekshaya, all will be achieved instantly, not shanai. That is Lord himself is saying. And then he also justifies afterwards. One time I was cooking, many years back I was staying here, and I was one time cooking Mangal Bhoga, and I prepared a sweet. And Sankirtan Prabhu told me where the items are, and I was hooking up that. So I took up sugar and I put in the milk item and I boiled it and I made a sweet and offered. And I was expecting that devotees will honor it nicely. Everybody was honoring everything except that one. So I was wondering what happened. Then I asked, he says, "Bahut khatta hai." So I said, "How can it be khatta? I didn't put limbu, I didn't put anything." Then I went back to the kitchen with Sankirtan Prabhu and inquired and took out the bottle. It was limbu full, not sugar. And I offered with great devotion. So much of feelings I offered. Did the Lord tell me? Did Gopinath tell me that this is limbu fool and this is khatta? Or who told me? The devotees told me. So Lord also explained, you may offer me any mistakeful things with mistakes. You may make mistakes, and I will not speak as a deity to you unless we are Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami. But even if we are not Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, we are initial contaminated sadhakas, still other devotees will tell you that this is katta. So who is more merciful? Devotees. Devotees will let you know right now what is wrong, what is right. And devotees can purify you right now by telling you what is right and wrong. And the deities you will keep serving, but you will not get response. Similarly, one time I was worshipping Gaur Nitai in Rishikesh. Every day in the morning I would worship them and dress them all throughout the year from 5:15 to 7 o'clock. Nice Gaur Nitai were there, beautiful. So one day I thought, so many days I am dressing them, I do not know whether they are accepting or not my service. How do I know? Is it mechanical or heartfelt or what? So I said that, my Lord, I am worshipping you, but I want to know whether you are accepting my service or not. So then I got prerna from within. I said that if some devotees tell today that deities are looking very beautiful, then I will accept that you are accepting my service. And I did Shringar Arti, and then my service was there to serve breakfast to devotees. I served the breakfast, and everybody took the breakfast and got up and went away. And no one said anything about the deities. I said, gone. My service is a waste. And the last devotee came whom I served breakfast, and suddenly out of the blue he said, deities are looking very beautiful today. So I was very happy. But I thought it may be a fluke. It may be a coincidence, it may be accident. Tomorrow I again told the Lord while in my service that if today some devotee says, then I will not ask you again, I am confirmed. That day also long time it took. Everybody got up and went, and everybody took prasad also and went away. Nobody said anything. But in the middle of the day somebody said, deities are looking very beautiful. So who is the one who is telling you whether Lord is pleased with you or not? Devotees. They are walking, actually one sense, they are walking Lords, because Lord is within their heart and Lord speaks through them. That is why the Lord has said, Tad vidhi pranipatena paripashtaniya sevaya. Go to that person who is a realized soul, and he will tell you about me. He is not telling you, come to me, I will tell you about me. Go to my devotee in whose heart I reside. In his heart I reside. Naham tishtati vaikunthe. I am not in the hearts of yogis. I am not in the temple, or not in the deities also. I am there when my devotees are glorifying me. I reside in their heart. So again, tirthi tirthanti kurvani. You may go to one holy place. See, this is a very beautiful point. Again in Bhagavatam it is mentioned. So when I go to Haridwar, so I am at the bank of Ganga. I cannot claim to be being at the bank of Yamuna also, and Saraswati also, and Sarayu also. If I have to be that, I have to go there. Okay, I want three together. I can go to Allahabad and Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati. But again, Kaveri is not there. Right? Is that true? So I can associate with one holy place or a conglomeration of 2-3 holy places at one time. But when I meet a devotee, there is a glorification of satsang in Bhagavatam, which says when I go to a satsang where a pure devotee is speaking about Krishna, all the holy rivers are appeared there. All the holy places come there. All the deities appear there. All the demigods in the whole creation are present over there. And all the sages also are present there in invisible form. Prabhupada said many times, you said nobody is there? Narad Muni was there. That is situation. That means when you go for a satsang, you are actually associating with all the holy rivers, all the holy places, all the holy sages, all the holy scriptures, and the Lord himself who is residing in the heart of a devotee. All together, wholesale is available just by sitting on the feet of devotees. That is why when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was giving lecture at Sheshashahi in near Koshi, all the devotees ran to take darshan in the holy places. And Prabhupada, His Holiness, His Divine Grace sat down at the feet of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, His Divine Grace. And that's why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj said, whatever he writes in future, you type, publish. Because he understood the essence of life is to sit at the feet of a pure devotee and to listen and understand from him. And this understanding, all time we may not have in the mind. I am sitting in the assembly for devotee, class is going on, pure devotee is speaking. So here all the rivers are there. That may not be there all time. But I remember distinctly, and it was not so apparent to me that time when His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj said this in Pune, that in this place, when there used to be yatras, devotees used to gather there in thousands of numbers. And Maharaj would say, all the holy rivers are flowing over here. All the holy places are present over here. So I would say, I cannot relate to this statement. But now when I read these statements in Bhagavatam by Sri Krishna himself, I understand. And not only that, when the holy person is speaking, that time they are present, they remain there by the power of the holy person spoken over there one time, they remain there. And that whenever you go to that place, you get that same essence. Provided you have that consciousness of understanding that this place one time had the assembly of sages. That's why Naimisharanya, bank of Ganga, where Shukdev Maharaj spoke Bhagavatam, are all powerful places, because at the bank of Ganga when Shukdev Maharaj spoke Bhagavatam, all the rivers along with Ganga were there present. One was visible, another was not visible. That's why whenever Ramayana is being spoken by a pure devotee, Hanumanji is present, and all the other Ram Bhaktas also present. When Srimad Bhagavatam is being spoken, Narad Muni and every single Muni and Rishi are present. They want to hear. They do not discriminate. I am Narad Muni, why should I come to this junior devotees class? They are not hearing junior devotee, they are hearing Bhagavatam, but they have faith that when the person is speaking, at that time, Srila Vyasadeva and great devotees are blessing that person to speak. Afterwards, he may be off connection. But when Vyasasana is going on, Vyasasana is there, the connectivity by the mercy of Guru and Krishna is available. So what ultimately all matters is consciousness. What we are hearing affects you depending on your consciousness. What you do gives you benefit as per your consciousness. And another angle of looking at friendship of devotees is, devotees are everybody's true well-wishers. Devotees are like when we are as counselors sometimes resolving conflicts between devotees. Many times I have asked the question, you hate this devotee so much, you just cannot get along, you cannot just tolerate his vision also. But you tell me, your relatives who are material relatives, not devotees, are present, and this devotee is present when you are dying. Who will do what? Yes. Will this devotee chant Hare Krishna in your ears that time? Yes, he will chant Hare Krishna. And what the all loving relatives will do? Simply cry. What does that cry? How does that cry will help you? How will it help you? But the person who you hated and he hated you all the life, but if he comes to know that you are dying, he will chant Hare Krishna in your ears. Is it not enough for you to forget everything? But devotees do not keep this kind of grudges when somebody is leaving this world. They may keep when you are alive and they fight with you. The worst of enemies of devotees also, when somebody is dying, they just square everything up and do their service to the dying devotee. And they have maybe there is conflict and everything. I am talking about sincere devotees, they have nothing to gain from us. But I want to be friendly with this devotee because this devotee is very rich and I should be in good books with him. No. Prabhupada also went to America, England, not to take their dollars and pounds. He told them, I have not come to take anything from you. I have come to give you what you have lost, what you have forgotten to take from here. I have come to give personal delivery, hand delivery to you. And truly he was like that. He was not materially motivated to become a big guru in the world, to become famous in the world and to become Mahaguru in the world and so many followings and so many properties and temples and all those things, to come in newspapers. He had not gone for any purpose, neither he has exhibited any of such symptoms that he has gone for that. He was truly giving them what they need. He was selflessly, unmotivatedly giving them what they need. So devotees, when they go to preach to rich people or poor people, they want to just make them devotees, give them Krishna. Not to go to only rich people to make devotees. They want to just give Krishna, but as much as the rich man needs Krishna, the poor man needs Krishna. There is no difference between financial situation which will make the needs different. That is the devotee's motivation. They want to give Krishna. That is their real glory. So all the more we should make friends with devotees, because devotees are our true well-wishers. They are not motivated well-wishers. They are true well-wishers. They will help us in any conditions of life. Our life, there are so many stories, so many experiences. When difficult time comes, only devotees have come. Blood relatives have not appeared in farthest of horizon. When my wife got cancer, Dwarkadish Prabhu and Vishaka Mataji served us for so many months together. Menial services they have done. Even today also, so many occasions are there when we are in difficulty, and we are in difficulty. So many varieties of devotees have come, not because they want to be in good books of mine. They just selflessly have come and helped. So enough conviction is there that I may have so-called loving relatives in family, and I do respect for their love and connection with me. But I know when I will actually go in my desperate need, the first person to come running is devotees. And they may not be necessarily my God brothers as such, but true devotee will come running to help you. Out of the way, they will not see their comfort and their comfort zones and their conveniences. They will just go beyond that and help you. I've seen that. It's a lifetime experience. No more, Lord doesn't need to show me more experiences that devotees will come to help you when you need them. And more than your material, physical and other economical help, they will come to help you when you need most in spiritual life. They will come to rescue. They will not mind you getting angry with them for correcting them, but they will still come and tell you. Because when they correct you or give you suggestions, they are not attached to you, your image in their heart. They are only attached to the concern that they have, the welfare of the devotees that they have in mind. That is the welfare concern of devotees. They are only interested in helping you truly, even at the cost of you getting angry with them. Who will do that in material world? What do I do? He is getting angry, forget it. No, why should I bother about it? But the devotees who really love you, you have friendship with, they will come and they'll keep pursuing with you at the cost of getting anger from you. That's why it is said that we have to make devotees as our friends. Factually, one thing is true, that everybody in the world cannot become your friend, or any devotee cannot, all devotees cannot become a friend. Many people have many friends, but everybody cannot become a friend. But the need is, you have to have some people, friendship with them you should have, who can come and correct you. That kind of friendship one should cultivate in this life. It may not be available in the initial phases of your bhakti life, as soon as you come to temple or in the congregation of devotees. But one has to cultivate that kind of relationship effortfully, not wait for those to happen naturally. Effortfully cultivate such friendship where the friend can come and tell you, Prabhu, you are wrong. Correct yourself. Because what happens is, that the time passes, you also become a senior devotee. And you also have lot of following. You may have knowledge, and you may be known as a good devotee. And as you go up in the ladder of advancement, the people with you become less and less in number. Is that right? You also get kind of cordoned because of your so-called position. And as higher you go, the more risky it is, because less people are there to tell you, who can tell you. And plus, if you are pride, then even those less number of people also are reluctant to tell you sometimes. They also wait for the right opportunity. But you and me have to create a situation where at least one, at least two, at least three, if not more, there are devotees who can tap and tell you, hey Prabhu, be careful, wake up. Such relationship if you have in more number, then you are wealthy. If people get scared of your position of top in devotional service, whatever, your position on authority control, and they are scared of you, then you are in more danger. But in that position also you keep maintain relationship which are friendly, then you are very wealthy and opulent. It is easy to make followers, and it is also easy to worship senior devotees. It's very natural. There is no much effort. Because when you preach, people bow down to you. They put garland on you. They glorify you. They do so many things for you. They give gifts to you. They appreciate you. So it's natural to have relations with followers. It's natural to bow down to seniors who have been teaching you. But it is very difficult to maintain equal friendly relationships. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati also has mentioned that we need all three kinds of relationship to balance our bhakti progress. You cannot just have millions of followers and you are the leader. You cannot only have seniors who you worship and you bow down to. You need seniors to bow down to, you need friends, and you need all people whom you are merciful to. But amongst the three, if you need to choose only one, then friends are important. But they will actually truly help you. They will balance your spiritual life. Because the worst thing that one can do is actually to correct you. It's a big risk, because you may not like it. But if you have some people like that, you are ultimately again how it depends upon our consciousness. If my consciousness is open to friendly corrections by friends, then it is good for me. And I have friends like that, but I don't have the consciousness of openness to listen to my worthy friends. Then again, you have provision, but you don't have the benefit. So better to find out some devotee. They may not be close to you in physical sense. Your closest friend who can correct you, who are really friendly with you, they can be in America by the course of their duties. But approachability today is there. No, you can approach by mail, Skype. So many reasons are there to how can you approach them. You can connect with them. Submit to them. Very difficult situation, but we need to submit at difficult times. Because when we have difficulties, and everybody will have difficulties in all the conditions of life. After 30 years of bhakti, you will have difficulties. After 10 years of bhakti, you will have difficulties. In the beginning days of bhakti, you will have difficulties. When you don't have difficulties. And every time in difficulties, because you are struggling with Maya. Maya is at war with you, and you are at war with Maya. So she is not going to leave you like that. And higher you go, the war becomes intense and subtle. The more help is required. When you are fighting with pride, prestige, and profit adoration and prestige, that kind of fight is going on. You may not have women around you, but the fight is more subtle. That time you need more shelter, more support. And in this purport, amongst all the greatest of friends, one person is the greatest of all friends, is our Gurudev. He is our worshipable Lord as a master, but he is also a true friend. And that's why we need to have Guru, Uttam Adhikari. Again, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati mentions that one must be careful to accept a Uttam Adhikari as their Guru, so that constant shelter is there, constant correction is there, constant instructions are coming, constant concern is there, and welfare is being achieved constantly. And when he is not available, he is again mentioned here, his representatives should be worshipped, should be approached, should be submitted to, should be asked questions from, and get guidance from them. And Sri Gurudev, first of all, Sri Krishna is available in the form of Sri Gurudev. If he is not available, Sri Gurudev is available in the form of senior devotees. And through them, the same message and same Upadesh will be available. If our consciousness is in the right shape, then Sri Krishna will as it is give instruction to us through our predecessors or friends around us. At sometimes we are maybe in foreign country for some service and we come into difficulties. I have tried this, by the way, that's why I am telling you, that the person whom I am going to meet, and is not my friend necessarily, is not necessarily junior to me, senior to me, or whatever it is, just a devotee, and I have now to ask some devotees. I have gone to Krishna and prayed, now my all peers are not available by whatever local situations. I am going to meet one devotee now to put up my questions. Please, my Lord, O Gurudev, O Lord, please speak through him what I need to hear, what is good for me. Then the devotee, he may not know what's happening, what technicality and what higher activities are happening, but by the dint of the sincerity of the person who is pleading, Sri Krishna is obliged to speak to the devotee and give you the answer that you need to know. And you get that answer. Because he has said, my devotee is very dear to me, who chants Hare Krishna. Once he is a devotee, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said. He is to be worshipped as a devotee. Upadeshamrut also says, Rupa Goswami says that. So once one person is chanting Hare Krishna, he is sincere in his sadhana. He can convey to you Krishna's message provided you are ready for that. Your consciousness is ready for that. You have chanted the, accepted the formula of approaching that devotee. Then Krishna will even speak through any insignificant devotee so-called also. All that we need is to cultivate the consciousness that is necessary as per instructed in Bhagavatam. Then all that is necessary for you will keep reaching you constantly. Keep enriching our life. We will never be bereft of any advancement that we are supposed to receive. Only thing what is required is the right consciousness of humility, of accepting devotees as masters, accepting Guru's instructions as life and soul, submitting ourselves at the feet of Guru. And in the previous verse, if you read, I read that when I was shocked. I said, what is remaining in life? If you read previous sloka, every single thing that you think you have to offer to feet of Lord. All time chant, hear, serve, glorify devotees and Krishna. Your thought, mind, kaya, vachani to Krishna. And then I said, what is remaining for me? Nothing is remaining for me. By the way, that is what it is supposed to be ultimately. So Navayogendras are explaining to us. They are talking not to a sage in the forest. They are talking to Nimi, the king who is opulent, has many wives, wealth, property, authority, everything he has got. He are telling them so boldly, oh my dear king, oh opulent personality, everything has to be offered to the feet of the Lord. That is their greatness, the devotee's greatness. That they will not worry about what you think about them. They will only worry about what is good for you, what is good for us. And this is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is so mercifully telling us all these things with examples and with practical people who have done all these things. I was talking to my friend in the morning. And sometimes we say 10th canto is over now, what is there? Bhagavatam to cream is over. 11th canto, but the 11th canto, on the basis of 11th canto, Rupa Goswami has written one book, Upadeshamruta. If you see Prabhupada's purports and you see the shlokas of Upadeshamrut, it is all from teachings of teachings to King Nimi by Navayogendras. All Garishta Adhikari, Uttam Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, 3 types of devotees, 3 kinds of relationship, one who is worshipable devotee, how to worship a devotee who chants the holy name of the Lord. Everything is there in 11th canto in the teachings of Nimi. Then you go further, you get Uddhav Gita. Lord Krishna spoke Gita in a very hurry to Arjuna in a concise manner. He spoke in detail, elaborately, peacefully to Uddhava. Uddhav Gita is there. So, Atha to Iti, from beginning word, not verse, beginning word to the last word of Bhagavatam, every word is a cream. Every word. Every single shloka, every single dialogue, every single prasanga, every single event, lila. It may not be directly Krishna lila, it may be devotees lila, it may be so many things. But it is all meant for the ultimate welfare of human beings. So we shouldn't choose from Bhagavatam, I like this and I will only read this. We should read as a rule every single thing, and you will keep learning and keep getting enriched. So in conclusion, friendship with devotees is extremely essential, and we should invest our energies of life in doing that. While doing our duties, everything else in the worldly manner, cultivate friendships. And even if you have friendships, put efforts in maintaining them also. Can't take devotees' friendship for granted. We have to also keep connected, stay tuned, and keep their relationships and keep nourishing them. See, once a tree grows and starts giving mangoes to you, still one has to take care of the trees. Water them nicely and go to speak to them sometimes. Thank you very much for giving mangoes to us. The trees are people. Like that, we have to keep continuing maintaining our friendships. We may get in argument and disagreement with our close friends also. It's all right. It's a part of game of the life because we are in the material world. But keep continuing that devotional friendship. That will come at a rescue for us, if not now, at least at the end of our life. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So if there are any comments or questions, would like to take. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.